Welcome to the tutorial. For this project, you will need your fabric or garment, thread, scissors, a sewing needle, and of course, buttons. First, cut a length of thread about 20 to 24 inches. Fold the thread so that the cut ends are together. There are a couple ways to thread your needle, but I like to put the two cut ends through the eye. However, if you do use this method, you'll want to be careful to not pull the thread out of the needle. Once you determine where you'd like to put your button, pick up a tiny bit of the fabric with your needle, pull your thread, leaving a loop, and go back through that loop. First, I'll be demonstrating a button with 4 holes. So bring the needle through the first hole and down from the hole across from it, back through the back of the fabric. And pull it so that it's snug against the fabric. Then while you're still at the back, go through the fabric to the front and through that same hole that you first went through. Again, through the next hole to the back, pull it taut. And after I've secured those 2 holes, I like to go through the other set, so back through the fabric to the front and down the button to the back. Ideally, your thread would form an X on the back of the fabric, but as you can see, mine is not quite there. However, if you are using thread that is the same color as your fabric, or you won't be able to see the back, it shouldn't be a big deal. Depending on the strength and thickness of your thread, you'll want to loop through 6 to 10 times. And when you come out on the back the last time, stick your needle back through, but don't go through the hole of the button. Instead, come between the button and the fabric and pull it tight. And after this, you'll want to wrap around underneath the button tightly several times. Then bring your button through that part that you wrapped. And you can do this a couple times. And if you do, you usually will not have to tie a knot, but you can knot it as well just to be extra secure. When you're finished, go ahead and cut the excess string off. Careful not to snip the stitches you just made or your fabric. For a button with 2 holes, you would follow the same steps. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to sew a button with a shank. So instead of holes going through the front and back, it usually has a little loop on the back, though the one I'll be sewing today has a flat shank. We begin again in the same way by anchoring it to the fabric, then bring your needle through the button's loop. Don't pull your thread tight yet. Instead, you want to leave a little bit of room to work, but go through and pick up a tiny bit of fabric again with your needle. I'm going to pull it a little bit tighter here. Then go through the back of the button again. And then gently tighten it up. Continue going in a loop through the back of the button and through the fabric. Again, after you finish going around 6 or 10 times, wrap the thread around between the fabric and the button, and then pull the needle through there. Again, if you go through where you wrapped enough times, you probably will not have to tie a knot, but if you feel better with a knot, you can also do that. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please subscribe so you can be notified of future videos. What else would you like to see? Let me know in the comments section. Visit my website at mothandrustdesigns.com or follow me on Facebook or Instagram. Do not hesitate to reach out. I would truly love to hear from you and would like to know what you'd like to see next.